In this video, we're going to show you how to install the cabin air filter on your Subaru Legacy, located behind the glove box. Now on the passenger side here, we're going to go ahead and open up that glove box. I'm going to start by emptying out any of the items in here. Now next thing we want to do is we want to pull off this side cover. So let's go ahead and do that. You can only just put your fingers inside the edge here and pull out on this here. If you have a trim tool, you can also use this as well. You're just going to run on the inside here and pry this out, working your way up and around. And once you get that released, just work that out and set that aside. Now when we removed our side cover here, our cable here was broken. This tab here is supposed to be mounted over here. And what you normally want to do is release the cable from the little tab here. You would just undo that from this tab, and that's going to allow this to drop down like so. Now behind the panel that was here, there's going to be a little button right here. In the center of this button is going to be a Phillips head. So what we're going to do is you can use a thin flathead or a Phillips head screwdriver. I'm going to unscrew the center of this button. Now if you don't have a stubby Phillips head, you can use a flat pocket head screwdriver. Sometimes that'll work a little bit easier because it does give you a little bit more room to get in there, lengthwise at least. Then what you get so far, you can go ahead and pull up the whole button base with the center of that screw piece still installed. Just a little retainer button. Go ahead and set that aside. We're going to be reusing that later. Now we're going to take the right side of the glove box, tip that down, and we're going to pull out the other side. We're going to bring that out like that, and we're going to remove the whole glove box base, setting that to the side. With the glove box base removed, it's going to give us access to these 3 Phillips head screws right here. Loosen and remove these. And once you get these 3 out, we're now going to go ahead and pull out this white insulator pad right here. And up top, we should be able to go ahead and grab our tray and pull this out. Now this pad, right behind it, there's actually a bracket inside here we need to remove. It's this one right in the back here. So if we slide this up and out, pull that down like so, there's the 3 holes there that the screws were in. Set that aside. I'm going to tuck that insulator pad. Right here is the door for your cabin air filter. It's going to be 4 tabs, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if you pinch these together, they're going to unlock. So you're going to pinch them and pull towards you. You can do both, pinch and pull. Pull that down as you're sliding this out. You're just going to have to kind of manipulate this around some of the trim here. Pulling these buttons down, or these little tabs down. I'm going to make sure that the inside here is clean. Might be a good time to go ahead and grab a vacuum. Now when you're doing something like this here, it might always be worthwhile going in and removing the blower motor, because a bunch of this debris may have also gotten into your blower motor as well. And that might make a crackling noise or some funny noises later on. And you never know what's actually got further into that heating or duct system. But that is definitely signs of some sort of varmint was in that system somewhere. And you want to go ahead and make sure that your vehicle is clean of any of that debris. Go ahead and dump this out. Now as you remove this here, there are little plastic tabs on here that kind of hold this in place. Pay attention to the grooves, how they came out. Take the new filter, and you're going to want to drop it in. Like I said, you have the two tabs right here on either side. If you notice on the filter itself, it'll have airflow. Okay. We have our new filter installed. Let's go ahead and put it in the vehicle. Let's go ahead and install our tray. You want to go ahead and notice that the tray itself says up with the arrow facing up. Insert this into the tray and push that up and in. Push it in, and you're going to feel it just pop right into place. Nice and easy. Now that we have our tray in, I'm going to go ahead and push our insulator pad down. And we have our bracket here. We need to go ahead and put this in. What we're going to do is we're going to slide this in through the top. Now what we have to do is with that bracket went in here, we pulled out from the back portion here earlier, but that bracket goes around the insulation pad here, so I want to make sure that that stays in place. Now all we have to do is line up our screws that were here with our bracket. And once we get those lined up, we'll go ahead and start to screw those in. There we go, got one lined up. Just going to snug those down. So once that screw bottoms out, just get a little bit more. You do want to make sure that it's snug. Now installing the upper glove box portion here. It says up on it. So that way there you know how it goes in. It is design specific so it doesn't interfere with components behind the glove box. Simply line it up and push it in. And it'll snap into place. Now what we're going to do is take the left side of our glove box and insert it onto this pin right here. And then we'll push up on the right side here. Going to line that up. And we want to get our plastic push pin lined up there. Push that in, and then we can go ahead and get that center button screwed back in. Now normally you can just push it in, but it did unthread out. So we're just going to thread it back in. All right, once that's all the way in, the next thing you'd want to do is the cable here. That would normally be on this loop, so this tab would be here. You would just take this loop and install it on that tab. And then you can close the glove box. You can then take your side cover here, line this up, and pop that into place. Now if you did have any glove box items here, you can go ahead and open this back up, put your components in there. And at that point there, you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.